he doesn't kind of buy what the prosecution's selling. He thinks they've looked at the notes.
Yeah.
He thinks that they're cheating.
I mean, I would think that too.
But apparently what happened is commonplace.
In the meantime, let's go back to New York City. Want to get some updates on the case that is unfolding there regarding Sean Diddy Combs.
Just when you thought this story couldn't possibly get any wilder, it does. Reports out of New York indicate that the FBI has issued an arrest warrant for none other than Janice Combs. Yes, Diddy's own mother, dragging the entire Combs family into a swirl of accusations that grows more tangled by the day. On top of that, insiders claim there are tapes being quietly shopped around Hollywood, tapes that might hold the key to a scandal everyone thought would never see the light of day. If you thought Diddy's legal troubles started and ended with him, think again. The rest of his family and the complicated world they allegedly built around him may be facing more scrutiny than anyone ever expected.
You're saying that there's tapes and they're being shopped?
Yes, there have been people already shopping.
We've heard about the tapes, but
yes.
The shopping thing is...
Yes, there already have been tapes leaking around Hollywood, being shopped around to individuals in Hollywood. But one particular person contacted me to shop a particular video they were in possession.
It's a shocking turn in the ongoing saga of Sean Diddy Combs, the music mogul and cultural icon who's been slammed with barrage of accusations for months now. These go beyond ordinary celebrity gossip. We're talking about serious claims that include orchestrating elaborate gatherings and normalizing behaviors that many find deeply disturbing. But the biggest bombshell yet may involve Janice Combs herself. Allegedly, she's been more than just a supportive mother in Diddy's life. New findings suggest she could have played a key role in creating the environment that shaped him. If that's true, it changes everything we thought we knew about the Combs family and their public-facing image. So, how did it come to this? And how could the mother of one of music's most powerful figures suddenly find herself in the crosshairs of federal investigators? That's the mystery everyone's trying to solve. Let's pull back the curtain on the family secrets that may finally be catching up with them.
As the 8 people in the videos, the 8 celebrities in the videos were allegedly victims of crimes. We know who they are, but we will not be naming them, famous or not.
In the world of hip-hop and entertainment, few mothers are as recognized as Janice Combs. Over the years, she's been photographed on red carpets, featured in glossy magazines, and praised for her unwavering support of Diddy's rise to superstardom. She's always been portrayed as the rock of the family, especially after Diddy's father passed away under tragic circumstances when Diddy was still a young boy. Until now, it never seemed likely that such a quintessential maternal figure would be implicated in anything scandalous, let alone face potential legal action. But according to multiple sources, that's exactly what's happening. Whispers about an FBI investigation into the Combs family have circulated for a while. But idea that the Bureau would target Janice took everyone by surprise. Allegations are swirling that she may have participated directly or indirectly in maintaining a climate where questionable events and activities were allowed to flourish. The details remain murky, but insiders claim federal agents have been building this case for a considerable period, collecting documents, testimonies, and any recorded evidence that might tie her to Diddy's alleged wrongdoing.
Mom's gonna always
Whatsoever.
ride for that baby.
Yep.
Yeah.
You can get sentenced to 100 years for 27 million people, and they'll be like, but that's my baby, or he's not the person y'all portrayed him to be.
Yeah, she mentioned have his day in court and speak his piece, and you know that you had reported that his attorney said that he's going to take the stand.
If you're wondering how credible these rumors are, consider that this isn't the first time allegations have been leveled at the people closest to Diddy. Over the years, multiple individuals have hinted that Diddy's entire inner circle, the managers, close friends, family members, had at least some awareness of his rumored manipulations. Now, it seems investigators are specifically focusing on Janice, piecing together a narrative that places her not just in the background, but right in the thick of it. Federal warrants aren't issued without a substantial foundation. The question is, what kind of evidence do they have, and how damning could it be? Rumor has it there are old recordings and private correspondences that paint Janice as more involved than anyone initially suspected. If true, this takes the Combs family drama to a level far beyond what fans and observers expected.
According to the Rolling Stone, the doc features an alleged childhood friend of Puff's, hip-hop producer Tim Dog Patterson. He alleged that Janice, Diddy's mom, would often throw parties at Diddy's childhood home. He says that during the parties, it wasn't uncommon to walk into rooms where adults was having. That was just their normal.
And here's where it gets really intriguing. The timing of his warrant arrives right when Diddy's own legal fights are hitting a crescendo. Investigators appear to be pulling every thread to see how deep this web goes. Some even theorize this could be a tactical move by the authorities, pressure Janice, and she might reveal information that could unravel Diddy's entire defense, but that's only the beginning. Because even with the FBI hot on her trail, Janice isn't the sole focus. The bigger question remains, how did we get here? And what role did Janice play in shaping Diddy into the man at the center of these shocking claims?
And Stacey, you say today's indictment reads like a mob indictment. What was most shocking to you of all these allegations?
Yeah, the fact...
To understand why Janice has become such a critical figure in this unfolding saga, we need to look at Diddy's formative years. Diddy's father was lost early on, leaving Janice to raise him and his siblings under challenging conditions. In countless interviews, Diddy has credited his mother's relentless work ethic and unshakable devotion for molding him into the success he became. The narrative for decades was simple. Janice Combs was a single mom who did everything in her power to give her kids a better life. But new stories have emerged that clash with his wholesome portrayal. Close friends from Diddy's youth have come forward, some on camera, others anonymously, sharing unsettling anecdotes. One person, Tim Patterson, alleges that the Combs household was no stranger to wild late-night gatherings, even long before Diddy took over the hip-hop world. According to Patterson, boundaries blurred inside that home, and certain activities that most families would find shocking were treated as normal.
Did in fact occur, their argument is more than likely going to be that this activity was consensual, that this person was a willing participant, and not only that, but
Patterson's recollections don't outright accuse Janice of law-breaking. Instead, they paint a picture of a woman who either looked the other way or participated in orchestrating these gatherings. The claim is that when adults engaged in what many would deem inappropriate behavior right in front of the children, Janice seldom intervened. If that's true, it might explain why Diddy himself seemed later to adopt behaviors and habits that would cross many ethical lines. And it goes deeper. Some suggest Janice's role went beyond passive acceptance, implying she might have helped organize certain events. There are rumors about phone records, old invitations, and even financial statements linking her to these parties. Investigators are reportedly scrutinizing every shred of evidence to see if Janice provided not just moral support, but logistical support as well. This isn't just a story of a mother who didn't rein in her son's wilder tendencies. It's a story of possible complicity, where the family home itself served as a training ground for behaviors that would later grow into something far more dangerous. One moment that stands out involves alleged childhood friends describing how, as teenagers, they witnessed scenes in the Combs house that should never occur in front of minors. If Janice was present and approved of these late-night parties, the legal implications could be enormous. But how does this tie back to the present-day charges involving Diddy? Investigators believe that understanding Janice's role in Diddy's upbringing might shed light on how these alleged behaviors became normalized. If young Diddy absorbed certain patterns at home, it might explain how he rationalized the activities he's accused of as an adult. And that line of reasoning could be a powerful argument in court, potentially shifting some portion of responsibility back onto Janice. Over the years, fans have heard rumors about Diddy's infamous gatherings, lavish events where high-profile celebrities and assorted insiders supposedly mingle with unwitting participants. If the stories are true, the central theme was an excess of nearly everything: alcohol, substances, questionable behavior, and a powerful figure at the helm who had the influence to silence critics. But many people assumed these were just tabloid exaggerations. Lately, however, the narrative has become harder to dismiss. More and more sources claim that these gatherings were no open secret. They were part of a carefully managed environment where unspoken rules had to be followed. A select group of people allegedly knew exactly what took place, and those who didn't comply often found themselves ostracized. What's new is that Janice might have been involved far earlier than anyone realized. According to rumors, these events didn't start in the heyday of Bad Boy Records when Diddy was at the peak of his power, but in the same household where he grew up. The Combs home reportedly hosted gatherings that resembled adult parties rather than a typical get-together. If friends stumbled into a room where things got explicit, nobody was surprised. It was all part of the culture. Tim Patterson's description of these parties is especially striking. He remembers being confused as a child, watching scenes that he couldn't fully process. Now, as an adult, he looks back and calls them disturbing. He also mentions Janice as a central authority figure, someone who, if she had wanted to, could have put a stop to it. According to Patterson, she never did. This leads to a deeper question about generational cycles. Did Janice's own background somehow normalize these behaviors for her and then pass them along to Diddy? Psychological experts point out that childhood trauma or exposure to adult content at a young age can shape someone's worldview in profound ways. If Diddy was exposed to boundary-crossing situations early on, he may have grown up believing they were normal. None of these allegations have been proven in a court of law. Yet the mere suggestion that Janice played a foundational role in enabling the conduct Diddy is now accused of has turned a spotlight onto her. The FBI's involvement signals that they believe there's more than just hearsay at play. Evidence, testimonies, and potentially compromising records from Diddy's youth may all be in their sights. It begs the question, what did Janice truly know, and why didn't she stop it? A story like this wouldn't be complete without rumors of physical proof. Multiple sources claim that tapes capturing illicit behavior have been quietly circulating in Hollywood for a while. In fact, some of these tapes might date back years, possibly even to the era when Diddy's star was on the rise. The notion that someone might have been recording these gatherings, presumably for leverage or personal gain, is fueling speculation that we're about to see a massive wave of evidence come to light. One industry insider says that at least one person has tried to sell a tape featuring recognizable celebrities caught in compromising situations. The content supposedly isn't something any of them would want made public. If such videos exist, it would open a Pandora's box of questions. Who recorded them? Why did they do it? And how many other tapes are hidden away? The biggest question is whether Janice appears in any of this footage or is mentioned by name. If authorities find videos linking her to illegal or highly inappropriate acts, it could seriously bolster their case. Right now, the hush-hush atmosphere suggests that the individuals shopping these tapes around are looking for a massive payday. But the FBI's involvement could place them under scrutiny too, especially if money is exchanged in an attempt to suppress or expose evidence. It's not unusual for powerful figures to keep incriminating material hidden for blackmail or insurance. In an empire as sprawling as Diddy's, it wouldn't be surprising if some people have personal vaults of secrets. What sets this situation apart is the possibility that the very tapes meant to stay buried forever are beginning to leak. If the right or wrong person gets hold of them, the scandal would become almost impossible for the Combs family to contain. For Janice, this spells trouble. Any direct link between her and the more disturbing aspects of the gatherings caught on camera would make it infinitely more difficult to argue ignorance. It might also illuminate a deeper pattern, suggesting she wasn't just a bystander, but an active participant. With the FBI reportedly collecting statements from those who claim to have seen or handled these tapes, the possibility of a massive public reveal looms large. While the focus has largely shifted to Janice, Diddy isn't exactly off the hook. If anything, his legal battles are intensifying. For years, Diddy boasted a defense team that seemed unshakable, pulling him out of multiple scrapes, from contract disputes to allegations of assault, and preserving his status as hip-hop royalty. That legendary team is now fraying at the seams. One of Diddy's prominent attorneys, Anthony Rico, shocked everyone by filing a motion to withdraw from the case. He cited reasons too sensitive to disclose publicly, given the timing, right when pre-trial preparations are heating up. This has fueled speculation that Rico encountered evidence too incriminating or ethically problematic to ignore. Some reports claim sealed documents might directly contradict Diddy's public claims of innocence. The upheaval goes beyond one attorney leaving. Insiders describe the environment around Diddy's defense as toxic and rife with conflict. Some lawyers reportedly want to discredit the accusers, painting them as opportunists. Others fear that tactic might backfire if the evidence is as solid as rumored. And then there's Diddy himself, who's said to be micromanaging the situation in ways that clash with standard legal strategies. He's built his empire by being in control, so it's no surprise he's trying to dictate his defense. But in a courtroom, that approach can backfire spectacularly. If more attorneys follow Rico's lead, Diddy will be scrambling to assemble a new defense team just when he needs them the most. The looming possibility of additional legal action from prosecutors, plus the growing stack of civil lawsuits, means that every misstep could be catastrophic. And the distractions created by Janice's investigation only further complicate matters. If the FBI's findings about her are shocking enough, they could also impact Diddy's ongoing cases by providing more evidence or shifting public opinion even further against him. Public perception is already at a tipping point. Social media is buzzing with theories that range from dismissing the allegations outright to asserting that Diddy's entire empire was built on exploiting those around him. In high-profile cases, the court of public opinion can be nearly as influential as the actual courtroom. If jurors or potential witnesses come in with preconceived notions of guilt, Diddy's defense team will have an uphill battle. In the glitzy world of show business, few names shine brighter than Diddy's. Music executive, producer, artist, entrepreneur. For decades, he seemed untouchable. Even controversies rolled off him, barely making a dent in his reputation as a savvy mogul and cultural powerhouse. Yet today, the storyline has flipped. Not only is Diddy himself under intense scrutiny, but the integrity of his entire family is in question. If the accusations against Janice prove credible, it raises disturbing questions about how deep this rabbit hole goes. It challenges the glossy image of the Combs household as a place of hard work and resilience, suggesting instead a legacy built on blurred lines and hush-hush gatherings. There's also the matter of potential financial consequences. If lawsuits start piling up against both Diddy and his mother, the fallout could be enormous. Brands might sever ties, partnerships could dissolve, and Bad Boy Records, once synonymous with innovation and success, could be forced to grapple with a tarnished legacy. For the industry at large, Diddy's downfall would serve as a cautionary tale about unchecked power. It's no secret that the entertainment world has had its share of scandals, often involving individuals who believe their fame and fortune put them above the law. If a figure as towering as Diddy can fall, it sends a clear message that no one is truly immune from accountability. Already, people are wondering who might be next if investigators continue peeling back the layers of celebrity culture. Meanwhile, Diddy's children, siblings, and extended family watch this spectacle unfold, likely struggling with the emotional toll of a scandal they never asked for. Will they rally around Janice and Diddy, or quietly distance themselves to protect their own futures? The psychological impact of having your last name make headlines for all the wrong reasons can't be overstated. With Diddy's empire on the brink, Janice facing an FBI warrant, and rumors of incriminating tapes swirling, it's hard to see where this saga ends. The trials, both in the legal sense and in the court of public opinion, are nowhere near over. At this point, speculation runs wild. Some believe Janice might strike a deal, offering testimony against her own son in exchange for leniency. Others insist she'll fight every accusation tooth and nail, standing by a long-time narrative of being nothing more than a supportive mother. Diddy himself must be feeling cornered. For someone used to controlling the narrative through carefully curated appearances and business moves, this level of scrutiny is unprecedented. There's talk that he might attempt a last-minute settlement with certain accusers if it means lessening the blow in criminal court. But with the FBI and possibly multiple states' legal systems involved, there may not be an easy settlement route. The biggest wild card in all of this is whether more people will come forward. If fresh testimonies or new lawsuits emerge, especially if they corroborate existing allegations, the momentum could reach a point of no return. Each new revelation risks pushing the Combs family further into a legal quagmire, making it increasingly difficult for any defense strategy to hold water. Here we stand on the precipice of what could become one of the most explosive celebrity scandals in decades. Diddy's carefully cultivated legacy is cracking under the weight of accusations, and Janice Combs finds herself at the center of an FBI investigation that few could have predicted. The rumored tapes, the behind-the-scenes drama with Diddy's legal team, and the swirling possibility of more revelations suggest we're only at the beginning of this story. Even if Diddy manages to avoid a lengthy prison sentence, the damage to his empire may be irreversible. And if the FBI proves Janice was more involved than anyone imagined, it complicates everything we thought we knew about how Diddy rose to power in the first place. This isn't just a scandal, it's the potential unraveling of a hip-hop dynasty. A fall from grace that calls into question the nature of celebrity power and the family bonds that sometimes uphold it. Where do you stand? Is Janice truly part of a larger conspiracy, or is she a misunderstood mother caught in a storm of allegations? And what about Diddy's children and siblings? How will they respond as these revelations keep surfacing? Share your theories in the comments below. Let's keep the conversation going. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe for more updates as we head into uncharted territory with one of music's most iconic figures. For now, all we can do is watch this astonishing saga unfold, one dramatic twist at a time. Remember, even the brightest stars can hide the most fragile hearts. So don't forget to like, subscribe, and join me next time for more untold moments behind the fame.